Welcome back to Bat Fridays here on One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Detective Comics issue 68, The Man Who Lived a Double Life. I have to put emphasis on that A because for some reason on the cover, when the title of the story is referenced, it says The Man Who Led Double Life. They forgot the A on the cover. There's a mistake on the cover. They forgot the A. This, if you can't already tell, is a Two-Face story. And I know I've made this criticism many times, that sometimes these stories, both Superman and Batman, have many ideas, or they're a mess, or they're trying to do too much, especially in like a 14-page story. And I apologize to every other story I've complained about that's had this issue, because nothing compares to how bad it is in this story. Let me just give you a rundown of the things that happen, and once again, reminding you, a 14-page story. Two-Face's life is saved by his coin, stopping a bullet. He seemingly decides to go good, but that's not true. He's just flipping coins, deciding on good crimes and bad crimes, which was what he was doing in the first place. Robs from the rich, gives to the poor. Kidnaps a millionaire's double, tries to see his wife. Burns down a wax makeup factory. Tries to rob a charity baseball game between police and firefighters. Is nearly murdered by the child of the wax makeup factory owner. That's like 9 things. 9 things. It's a 14-page story. Almost each one of these stories can probably get like a page and maybe a fifth, and we would get like 14 pages. What I'm saying is it's very disjointed and needed some central idea, and I honestly don't know what's trying to be accomplished. Like, it doesn't even seem to match the first page to the second page, with Two-Face deciding to go good. Well, not good. He actually is deciding to go evil because it's the evil side that went with him, but he then seems to be pretty good for the rest of it. Like, a little bit more for each one of these stories, like the millionaire's and a massive jerk who just wants to work on his hobby of making things out of matchsticks. I thought this was going to lead to a fire, and there is a fire later in this comic. Well, there's 2 fires later in this comic, but it has nothing to do with the matchstick art. Though Robin does like burn the sole of his foot because he's just being a jerk the entire time. We do get Batman and Robin disguised as a man and a woman, so something there. Probably the most effective of all these concepts in this comic is probably him going to see his wife, because that seems to be the most of his character trying to come out, like the old Harvey trying to find his way back. And he's put on this wax makeup that works really well. He claims he got plastic surgery. He did not get plastic surgery. But it's really effective because then it becomes sort of a horror comic for a second, because he's talking to her, but the candle at their dinner melts the side of his face, and it's a really effective panel of his face melting off. It's like a really great scene. I really wish that would be the Two-Face design they went with. Like half his face just seems to be melting off. That's a really solid idea for more of a horror take on Batman. I know we get Clayface later. He burns down the wax factory, which I keep wanting to say wax museum because that's more logical of a thing, because he wasn't aware that their wax would melt, the main thing you know wax to be for. Not saying that either one of these Two-Face are the smartest half of a brain. And even the police charity game is really strange, because we have to introduce the idea that Batman and Robin also work for the police. They don't get checks, so they're playing the game. And the firefighters have like an intermission, which is not how baseball works, to show the crowd what they do by setting fire to, I guess, some sort of makeshift building they put in the middle of the field. Well, seems pretty dangerous, but I would totally watch it. But Two-Face is not actually brought down by Batman per se. Okay, he is brought down by Batman. Batman punches him out. That's most of the time how the story's end. But there's the setup of a guy who joins the crew that Two-Face is suspicious of, thinking that it's actually Batman in costume. We've actually already got a setup of Batman being in costume, but he's not Batman. He's the son of the wax factory owner out for revenge. By the way, that thing happened like 2 or 3 pages ago. Such a weird story that comes out of nowhere. It's like a strange, I don't know, E-plot, not a B-plot, that gets so little time and just kind of comes up at the end of the story. I like the idea, I just give it more time to breathe. I don't know how much more I need to say about this just absolute mess and hodgepodge of a comic, but I'll say this for it. It's always interesting. Okay, that is it from Detective Comics 68, The Man Who Led a Double Life. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notification when new video is up. I do this Monday through Friday. But Mondays and Thursdays, I cover a Superman story in either Action Comics or Superman. And please join us next time. Same bat day, same comic book channel. Have a great day.